Hey friends, welcome back to the Cybersec Migrant channel. My name is Femi, and if you're watching this Black Friday, it's just gone by, it's probably in full swing. Oh, if I forget, shout out to my American viewers. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a lot of fun yesterday. I hope no one has a turkey hangover, and I hope you're looking forward to all those turkey sandwiches you're going to have for lunch all of next week. But anyway, let's get that out of the way. Today's Black Friday. Is the day where typically you're picking up something exciting, or if you don't do that today, it's going to be on Monday during Cyber Monday. But think about it. Aren't you surprised that companies don't just do a Black Friday or Cyber Monday anymore? Companies do a Black Friday week and a Cyber Monday week. So you're getting sales for not just one day, but 3, 4, 7 days sometimes. That's a lot of days of sales, and it makes you want to buy things. And I'm pretty sure that everyone's probably thinking of what's that next new gadget I'm going to buy. As you think about that new gadget you want to buy for yourself, for your friends. Oh, by the way, people do a lot of gadgets for Christmas shopping as well. So if you're thinking of all those gadgets, phones, laptops, tablets, gaming consoles, smart home devices, all of them, before you unbox them into your digital life, let's talk about what you need to do to keep yourself safe as you get these gadgets into your ecosystem, into your space, and all of that. Before we go ahead, jump ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Also, remember to hit the notification bell so you're notified when a new video drops in my festive cybersecurity series, because I'm going to be putting out videos between now and the end of the year that are going to be themed towards things you can use for cybersecurity. Because let's face it, this time of the year is one of time of the year when attackers tend to be a bit more active because people are a bit less guarded, and then it's easy for them to have a lot of fun. Trust me, this is going to be fun. It's going to be actually a lot more interesting than deleting fake delivery notices from a scammer pretending to be Santa. All right, now let's get into it. First things first, the pre-setup checklist. Think of it like washing your hands before you go to meal, but this time you're doing it for gadgets. So when you go buy a gadget, if you're buying it from a reputable store or it's getting delivered to you, that's fine. But even if it's getting delivered to you, still check the seal on the box. Counterfeit items or tampered boxes can actually happen, especially during Black Friday, because there's so much happening that people don't pay a lot of attention, especially with third-party marketplace sellers. So if it looks like someone opened it, someone actually might have opened it. So take a good look at your package. If you actually do go out to an actual mall to line up for the Black Friday rush, first, I commend you for that. But secondly, be sure not to set up your shiny new device on that random new mall Wi-Fi that just popped up. So please, I'm begging you, finish your Cinnabon, get your pumpkin spice latte, or whatever your drink of choice is, go home and then connect to the internet on your secured home network and not that shady network where you don't know where it comes from, because it can save you from holiday chaos and then you're already winning. Now let's talk about specifically about some devices that you might want to secure throughout this period. First, I know this is a time that lots of people are going to buy themselves new phones. And in fact, the phone wars are going on. Did you see the price drop by Google on the Pixel? The Pixel 10 is at an all-time low right now. So people are definitely going to be buying new devices. So let's talk about what you need to do when you buy a new smartphone. First, update the operating system. Don't sign in. The first thing you should do is update the phone. Check out what's the latest update for that. So once you connect to a Wi-Fi, then update the device. Don't sign into your email. Don't sign into your banking applications or what have you. Just go and check the device operating system. Make sure you go and check the operating system. If there's any available updates, and update that. Because the truth is, many phones ship with operating systems that are many months old anyway. So it's in your best interest to patch it right away. Secondly, don't wait till later to set up your biometrics. Set up your biometrics right away. So your PIN, your passphrase, your pattern. But we always say, don't just use a 4-digit PIN. Biometrics is a lot more secure than a passphrase, which is a lot more secure than a PIN, which is a lot more secure than a pattern. Make sure that you're using biometrics where possible, either face scan or fingerprint or whatever it is, retinal scan, get that in place. If you cannot do that, then set up a passphrase. If you must use a PIN, try and make your PIN longer. Longer is better. So a 6-digit PIN is better than a 4-digit PIN. And make sure it's something that's unique to you, not something that can be easily guessed, like your birthday or your dog's name or the date you were born or your your best friend's birthday. Don't do any of those sort of things. Third thing, and I don't know why people do this. I find it actually quite interesting. People don't disable lock screen previews. So you know that thing where you pick up your phone and you can actually preview and see what's on your phone before you unlock it? Please turn that off. Don't leave it on. Because why does anybody need to see what's on your phone without even being unlocked? You're actually giving them a preview to your data. So ensure that you disable lock screen previews. Let the preview only show up once it identifies that you're the one in the place. Every phone operating system, Android, iOS, they have the ability to turn off phone previews. So if you don't need it, if it's not absolutely important, please turn off lock screen previews. You don't need to see that. No one needs to see the data on your phone before it actually gets unlocked. And then also make sure you're reviewing app permission before you install them. Because again, there's apps that are sitting on your phone that you haven't used in forever. Make sure that you're not just leaving them there forever. Check what are the applications actually accessing. If an application that claims to be a calculator, why does it need access to your photos? Or why does it need access to your camera? So make sure you're reviewing access permissions for your apps periodically so that you do not allow your data to get stolen by a third party who is maliciously trying to do that. And of course, yes, some people struggle with this, but if you can, turn off installation of apps from unknown sources. That's on Android. Some apps like to install with permissions they don't need, so don't allow them. Turn off installation from unknown sources. And if you've got an iPhone or an Android, turn on device tracking. Just in case it gets chaotic and you lose your phone, then you can track it. So that's it for phones. Let's talk about other gadgets like tablets and laptops, Windows, Mac. It's a time when everyone buys a new, shiny new laptop. Yes, it's good. I think I want a new laptop. So if anybody wants to give me a new laptop, I'll gladly take it. But those machines are the things that we use for both productivity and fun. We use them to do all our work and then we kick back in the evening to Netflix, or we'll write out a plan. My goals for 2026. And if you aren't doing that, I think you should start writing out your goals for next year. But again, go back to your laptops and your tablets. What should you do? First thing is create a standard account. If you do not need administrative access to your account all the time, then maybe create a standard user account that doesn't have admin access. And that way, if anybody tries to get into your device using that account, at least they're limited by what they can do with that account. And keep the admin password separate that only you knows that. And of course, if you don't have a password on your account, you should be having a password. I don't think anyone should have an account that doesn't have a password on their personal device. So please put a password on there. Secondly, enable encryption. So if you're a Windows computer, turn on BitLocker. If you're on a Mac, turn on File Vault, because that protects your device even if it's stolen. So even if your computer is stolen, someone opens up your computer, takes out your hard drive, it's going to protect the data on that drive, and they can't just read the data on that device just because it's been, taken out of the computer. So make sure you're enabling encryption to protect the data you have on your device. And of course, update everything. Update your operating system, update your drivers, update your firmware, the entire thing, the whole 9 yards. Make sure you update everything, because again, the more you leave it without being updated, the more the chances you get breached or being hacked by malicious actors. And of course, you can harden your browser, because that's where all the tracking happens. All the tracking happens because every time you visit the site, it's leaving a tracking cookie and then they track your information and on and on and on and on. You get the point. So turn off cross-site tracking, enable do not track in your browser, disable any extensions you don't need. Apps like to install extensions in our browsers so that they can track you. So don't install every extension. If you don't need an extension, turn it off or disable it or even uninstall it. It's good for you that way. If it doesn't need to be there, then it shouldn't be there. And of course, always serve and work with a privacy-focused mindset. So think about it. What else can I do to keep my privacy a bit more secure as I use the device? That is very important. Number 5, install a password manager. If you don't have a password manager, please get one. There's free ones, there's paid ones. If you get any internet security for your device, most of them come with a password manager anyway. So please use a password manager, because of 2 distinct advantages. One, they have the ability to generate really pseudo-random complex passwords. That's one. And secondly, you don't have to memorize all those pseudo-random passwords. The password manager can do that for you. You just need to memorize the one password to get into your password manager. So it's a lot better for you. It's a lot easier for you, and you're going to be a lot more secure. And speaking of password managers and password managers providers, install anti-malware software as well. Windows Built Defender is great, but if you can, layer something on top of that. Same thing on the Mac as well. Don't let anyone lie to you that Macs don't need malware, anti-malware. You need anti-malware on the Mac as well. So install anti-malware software on your devices. And let's talk about the fun part, gaming consoles, and also tech for your kids. It's another time when lots of people buy themselves a new console or a new handheld device or something for their kids around this time because of all the discounts that you get. It's important that you make sure that your kids are safe as they use these devices. One of the first things I always say you should do immediately you get a device, even before you give the device to the kid, is this. First, create a separate non-administrative profile for that kid. Don't let the kid's profile have admin access, and make sure you have a different profile that has admin access that allows you to manage that device. Don't give the kid admin access. Secondly, lock in-game purchases. Don't allow your kids to be able to just purchase anything they want within a game. Turn it off. Don't allow in-game purchases without a PIN, and that PIN has to be something that only you know. So even if they want to purchase something, they need your permission to be able to do that. And of course, everything that is an account that is signed into PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, what have you, turn on MFA that you have access to, so that no one is just getting into your kids' apps, your kids' devices, and being able to do that. Make sure that you have MFA turned on for those accounts as well. And again, check the privacy settings. Are you displaying your location, your real name? Turn all of those off. There's no reason to share your location. There's no reason to share your kid's real name. No one needs to see that. So turn that off. And also, maybe, just maybe, if you want to be absolutely certain, put some time restrictions on those devices as well. Let your kids have some downtime, some screen-free time, some tech-free time, and let them just go out and touch some grass. That's also going to be good as well. Now, let's talk about smart home devices as well. The Internet of Things devices or the IoT devices that we all use. Those are the ones that we buy a lot of those. Think about it. Almost everything in our house is smart these days. We've got smart robot vacuums, we've got smart speakers, smart light bulbs, smart plugs, smart fridges, smart dishwashers, smart washing machines. You get the picture. Everything is smart. And they are all connected to the internet, which means that they have an IP address and can be reached from outside by someone who has the right skills, who is really intent on doing that. That is why you must do certain things. If your device has a password, change the default password immediately. Router, access point, whatever it is. If it's a device that has a password, change that password immediately, that default password. Don't leave it as admin or password or whatever it is, because a lot of people suffer a hack because the default password for those devices weren't changed in the first place, and then someone got in there and was able to do that. Now, secondly, if you're a bit tech savvy and you know how to do it, put your IoT devices on a separate network within your Wi-Fi network. So if you have a Wi-Fi network, you may have your home network, your guest network. Create a third network if you can, and most routers today are able to do this. Create a third network, and it's strictly for your IoT devices. So your fridges, all those smart devices, put them on that third network because they don't need to talk to your laptop. Your bulb doesn't need to talk to your laptop at any point in time. So it's important for you. If you know how to do that, that's a very smart idea. Put your IoT devices on a different network. And when you can, update the firmware. Don't leave your router there for 3 years and assume that you don't need to update the firmware or your light bulb or your fridges. All of those things do firmware updates. I know firmware updates can be boring, but it stops attackers from exploiting old vulnerabilities that have been discovered when you update the firmware. So where you can, update firmware. And of course, back to what we said earlier with other devices, if a permission is not explicitly needed, turn it off. Because again, many of these devices want your location for no reason. Why do they want to know your location? For example, why do Christmas lights need to know where you are for them to work? They don't. So if you can, turn off any unnecessary locations that your devices don't need, because that's only going to be exposing more information that someone can harvest and use for malicious purposes against you. So here's the final checklist if you've been counting for the things. If you buy a device, you get anything this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday period, that's a device, a gadget that's got internet connectivity, make sure you update the device. Make sure you have it protected. It's protected either by biometrics or a password or a passphrase or PIN. Don't allow permissions that are not needed, so turn off unnecessary permissions, enable encryption, harden your browser, use the password manager, and make sure that you set up MFA everywhere. If you can follow these steps, you're already ahead of 95% of users. So that, my friends, is your Black Friday and Cyber Monday gadget security guide. If you do even half of what I said on this video, most of your devices will be locked down tighter than most people in the world, and it makes you a lot safer as you enjoy your devices and you do your shopping on Black Friday. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and honestly, I do appreciate this. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, drop a comment below, tell me what gadgets are you looking forward to picking up this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday shopping. I have my wish list. I'm probably going to put my wish list down in the comments below, and then if anyone wants to send anything to me, I'm open to that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another one of my videos as I release them, and I will catch you in the next one.